Welcome to what will hopefully be a quick kitchen remodel. I want to show you around what we've got already in place and tell you about the plan that we've got here. So as you can see, the big issue with this kitchen, other than the fact that it's just a little bit dated, is it really doesn't have much counter space. Around here is pretty much where we do all our prep work. So we have got a little bit of major surgery to actually make this right. We're gonna have to, and we thought about this a lot, we are gonna have to move this door and put it here. I've got a guy coming in to frame out that because this is a load-bearing wall. That will allow us to move the refrigerator across to here and will allow us to put a larger cabinet in there with a lot more workspace. That should solve the problem there. We're also going to put some butcher block countertops on. We're going to leave the sink the same. We're going to change out the hardware, try bring these hinges on the inside, maybe put a little bit of molding around these doors there just so that they are a little bit nicer, a little bit more attractive. We're also going to repaint the cabinets because the people that painted them previously used just a regular paint. They didn't use proper cabinet paint. That is not good at all. You get little bits of paint stuck to the bottom side of everything you take out of the cabinet. So we're going to do the job right and hopefully it will look much better. The appliances aren't great, but they are all functional, so we are going to leave them in place and we're going to make them work out the rest of their useful life. We're going to put some wainscoting around the outside here just for a little bit of character. We're going to leave much of the lighting the same. We actually just installed that. We'll paint the ceiling and make it look nice. And that should be it. Floors are in pretty good shape actually, and they're pretty inoffensive, so we're gonna leave them the same. So let's see how it all turns out. I should say as well that we are going to look into the idea of putting a microwave vent hood above here. It won't be one that properly vents outside because we don't want to do the surgery to properly vent outside. It will be a recirculating one, but we do have that currently in place. So between the two, it should probably vent out any cooking smells that we have. Okay, we are the majority of the way through the deconstruction and behind wall phase of this remodel. So let me show you what things we encountered along the way and let you see how things are going. So a couple of things have changed here. We decided to run an outlet up here for the microwave. I also really didn't like the look of this range outlet. When I saw it, you can see a couple of open wires there, the neutrals exposed there. So it's really not looking good in there. I ran a new outlet and I run it low enough so you can actually tuck the range up flat against the wall. I had to run this new wire. It's not yet outside, but I'm going to punch it through the wall there later today. We sanded down all these cabinets, took the backsplash off here. We're going to leave the backsplash on there. We're actually just going to put some stick-on tile over the top. But that's really it. The plan now then is to get a cabinet that sits there, put the range back, put the microwave on, some open shelving here. We've still not got the doorway done just yet, but when that is done, the fridge is going to sit there and we're going to have a doorway out to the living room there. That's it. Let's come back and see how things have gone. Kitchen is officially done and I'm going to show you it right now. Just a couple things to talk about just before we get going. It took a lot longer than we were expecting. It didn't cost that much more than we were expecting, but definitely took longer. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is a door no longer. Sealed this up, put the baseboards back round. I think it turned out pretty good. It doesn't look as though there was really anything there. Okay. So you come into this room and you've got the new opening. Not only is this opening in a more convenient location, remember we had to move the door so we could fit the refrigerator in there and get a little bit more by way of counter space. It's also wider, so moving a refrigerator in and out in the future is going to be easier. Obviously there was no flooring underneath here, so we did come in with this threshold. It's oak to match the floor here. I believe that's white oak and this is red oak, but it's pretty close. We've got a floor grate here because I don't know if you remember or if it came across on video at all. There was a double-sided wall vent just like this one here. Okay, so you've got a bit of a view of it there. I'm going to start on the right-hand side though. We've got this board and batten, which turned out absolutely fantastic. I can't take credit for that at all. This was mostly my wife, Renee, that did this. I think it looks absolutely great. Really elevates this little dining nook. Flooring stayed the same, so you can see behind there, that's where the door was. So now the refrigerator. We were able to get a couple of cabinets that they don't match perfectly. However, they match pretty close. We were able to get this one at a thrift shop. This was 40 bucks. This is a really cool little little cabinet here. It's a spice rack, but it could be, you know, any sort of condiments or cooking utensils that you need next to the range there. This, we didn't have any drawers at all, so we got just a ton of drawers you can fit. They're nice and deep too, so you can fit anything you want in there, you know, pots, pans, crock pots, anything like that. We went with some open shelving above here. Obviously it's cheaper than cabinets, but it also looks pretty good. It's in style right now. We did install the microwave. That it took a little bit of finessing. We did decide to go with a more open concept here. We went with a wine rack. I think it turned out pretty good. Microwave above here. So this vents, we set up the venting so it just comes out top there. Remember, we did have that, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, so countertops, we went with a butcher block countertop. We put this nice stain on it. We think it turned out great. Backsplash, we went with a peel and stick. We corked it all, so it's all tight there. It's easy to clean, but it's I think it turned out great. Really does look good. We went back on with the same outlet covers. We didn't really change much on the electrical, other than behind here there is a junction box, so we went up with a new outlet, and that's really it for electrical here. We did, as I showed you on the last video, we did put in a new range outlet. I wasn't comfortable with that much amperage going through an old cloth wiring, so we did replace on that. Hinges, we couldn't go inside, so we just spruced up what was there. Just the way these were, you have to drill kind of a circle in there for inside hinging. So we just went with some nice brass ones and kind of matched it with the hardware. Turned out pretty well there as well. Dishwasher, we didn't upgrade. We didn't upgrade any of the appliances really, except for the microwave. Obviously we will come through as they break and make them look nice, and we'll try and match this GE series. Yeah, that is really it. Here's the other side of this doorway. This refrigerator is pulled out a little bit for some reason. It does sit nice and flush behind the entry to the doorway there. Kept this crazy little nook. We think it was for a telephone, but we kept that. We didn't have the heart to get rid of it. It's a nice original feature. So that is it. That is the kitchen done. It took a little bit longer than we were expecting. Probably took a couple weeks longer. All in all, we did include this little feature here as well. I'm not sure if I showed you that. And we capped off where there was a light. There's still electrical in there, so someone can have a light in the future. It'd be a pull string one. Not one on a switch, but we think it looks nice still. All right, that's it.